Wish stock is plummeting today. Let's talk about why this is happening and where I think the stock could be headed very soon. Make sure to watch to the very end of this video so you don't miss any of my Wish stock analysis. And if you guys want to pick up a free stock with Public, check out our link down in the description below. When you guys use that link, not only do you get to be a part of a great social investing network, but you of course also get to be a part of a place where we post about our own stock positions all the time, talk about what we're buying, what we're selling, and of course all of our thoughts on the current market situation. But other than that, guys, let's get right into this video. Alrighty guys, here we are. Yesterday's market session was a blowout, right? An absolute bloodbath. Today we're sitting a little bit better, but unfortunately still there's a lot of big names in this market that have really taken a hit from that market session. And now we're trying to recover, but a lot of these names still aren't. Now, one of the biggest attention grabbers that I've seen, at least because this is #1 trending on StockTwits currently, is Wish stock, right? Wish stock is currently trading at about $5.85 at the time of making this video, down just about 22 cents or 3.62% overall. Well, overall as far as the day goes. If we pull back to the 1 week, this is what we saw pretty much for the most part here. Not looking too good for Wish, unfortunately. We've been on a massive downtrend here since about the beginning of September, and it really hasn't shown a lot of signs of stopping. We're gonna get into a little bit more of technical analysis here in the later part of the video. We'll go into some stuff on here on TradingView just to see a little bit more in-depth analysis here. But one, I wanna talk about this article that I found that I think really provides some insight into where Wish is at as far as its overall price action is doing right now, how the price is trading and everything else. And two, just whether or not I really think that this is a stock that I personally would even consider investing in anymore. Because again, guys, what you have to keep in mind is that even though some of these stocks, are heavily shorted, right? And there's potential for short squeezes, there's potential for massive run-ups because of all the volume and retail trading volume in these. You have to remember that with that comes the double-edged sword that these are incredibly risky companies, that a lot of these companies fundamentally are unfortunately kind of starting to fail, right? They're not doing too well. And Wish for a while was actually doing very well up until about a couple of months ago with their previous earnings report. They were actually reporting earnings on a relatively positive trajectory. That being said, unfortunately, the last earnings report tanked the stock price. It killed it, absolutely, in the worst way possible, not in a good way. And it really, really took a huge hit from that. And because of that, it's been trading lower ever since. But this article basically talks about a key level, apparently, that once Wish stock goes below, it's not worth considering anymore. So I'll give my opinion on this, obviously, and make sure that I'm not just reading this and saying, oh, this is 100% true. Of course, we always like to give our opinion on these articles. So let's read. Wish stock has poor fundamentals as well as poor technicals. Context Logic stock continues to struggle as the bulls have failed to reclaim a key level on the chart. Wish stock sank about 10% in 3 days leading up to earnings, then gapped down by more than 33% after reporting its quarterly results. The stock ended lower by 19.7% that day, and it was good to see it rally off the open, but there's no real way to make a 20% one-day loss sound good. Besides the rally from that day, August 13th hasn't materialized into much. Context Logic stock is trading today at just over $6. In fact, shares are still well below where they were open for trading that day, and it's been almost a month. Let's look at the charts highlighting why investors should avoid this name until it makes more progress. So as you can see here, this is a very bearish article. This is an article that obviously is not going to look at this stock in a very favorable light. We know this, and obviously we are looking at this right now. So let's take a look at trading Wish stock. Let me be clear up front, I am not selling short a stock that's down from 80% from the highs and trading for around $6. It may not have much short interest, weighing in at about 8.5%, but regardless, I'm not one to short this deep into the hole. But just because a stock isn't a short doesn't mean it's a long instead. There are a couple of observations with this chart when it comes to Wish stock. First, it's locked in a steady, albeit volatile, downtrend. Notice its series of lower highs and lower lows. Second, as you can see, that's kind of what they're referring to, it looks like right here. Second, it remains below all its key moving averages. Generally speaking, these are not good observations for bulls. Finally, the stock gapped below the prior low near $7.60 when it reported earnings, while the stock bounced from lows. It was rejected by this level and failed to close above it. In subsequent rallies, this area has continued to reject the stock. I have been pounding on the table on the importance of this level since Wish stock reported earnings. This is the key level I'm referring to when I say to avoid Context Logic stock until it reclaims $7.60. Until it does that, there's really not much to discuss in regards to the bulls. If it does reclaim this level, that will put context logic above the 10-day and 21-day moving averages. That would also put the post-earnings high in play at $7.86. So basically the rest of this is gonna go into a bit of technical analysis. I don't wanna sit here obviously and read verbatim the entire article, so that way you guys don't feel like your time is being wasted, of course. But overall, guys, what they're saying here is that it's pretty bearish around here. As far as Wish is concerned from a technical standpoint, they're pretty much is almost no bullish indicators, unfortunately, really. We're just seeing a lot of bearish activity and momentum. And unfortunately, what we're also seeing too is a lot of failure in the earnings report, right? The earnings report, which I don't really know, if we read a little bit here, we can see on the sales side, revenue of 656 million fell 6.4% from 701 million a year ago, and missed consensus estimates of roughly 723 million. That's a huge miss. Analysts were looking for a year-over-year growth. Not only did the company fail to meet consensus estimates, which called for about 3% growth, but revenues declined year over year. Guys, again, it's very hard for me to talk in a positive light about this company right now. I would love to do it, guys. I would love to say that I'm buying the dip. I would love to say that I'm, there's some crazy catalyst that's going to send this to the moon, but I really am just not seeing the upside here with this stock right now, unfortunately, guys. If it were me personally playing this stock, I'm personally probably only buying when this stock goes to $4 or $3. And what's crazier too is that in a couple videos back, I actually talked a lot about how I thought Wish was more than likely going to go down to $4 or $3, and that would be when I would buy. And I still hold that same kind of philosophy about it. Again, this is a stock that is, it's having a very hard time right now. And unless business fundamentals improve drastically, right? Unless we see an incredible bounce back in price as far as this stock goes, I'm really a little bit concerned and worried for it. We've seen some other things here on TradingView where we had some beautiful updates, right? Look at this intraday trading session back here where we exploded all the way up to the upside of $15 a share and plummeted right back down. Anybody who bought on this day, more than likely they're regretting that they did so, guys. And I don't want to be another sucker who gets caught in that trap. Now, what I do want to point out, this is important because this is actually the one thing that I do like to look at is the RSI. The RSI is a great tool for planning long-term entries into stocks and getting them at cheap prices relative to the RSI. Of course, it depends on the time frame you're looking at and all that. Let's go to the 6-month chart here. Look at the RSI. We are pretty much below the 30 level, which is a confirmed oversold indicator. And we've done that several times here over the past couple of days after that earnings report. But now, as you can see, we're low, right? Wish stock, I mean, it's only been public for a very short amount of time, but the fact that we are this low might tell you something, right? You might tell you that there might be a possible deal in the market. Now, that being said, I don't know if the deal is going to keep dipping, right? And you would have to average down at this point because again, I do think there's a lot of bearish momentum still. We could go to $4 or $3, guys. I would not even be surprised. I'm a little bit worried about this company though, and I'm not super bullish on its future. Again though, maybe you guys in the comments have some reasons for why you think that this stock is gonna go to the moon, and maybe you guys have some valid points, and I would love to hear them. So make sure you comment them, make sure you guys subscribe. And sorry if it's a little bit more of a depressing type of episode today, but of course, I'm not gonna just sit here and blatantly lie and say this stock is literally gonna explode to $20 a share in the next month. I just don't see it, guys. I just don't see it. Maybe I'm missing something. Let me know in the comments below if I am. You can roast me too if you want. If you're a diehard fan of this stock, I really don't care. That works for me. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much it today for Wish. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. If you guys want to pick up a free stock with Public, check out our link down in the description below. When you guys sign up with that link, not only do you support the channel, but you also get to be a part of a great social investing network that lets you see what your friends, family members, and even celebrities are buying, selling, and of course, everybody's thoughts on their current market and what they're buying and what they're selling. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.